Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Reading with Quaker Cats, and I want to talk about something that has been discussed on Booktube for years, but it's one of my struggles. It's something that I struggle with that I'm hoping to conquer this year. Mark over at Book Time with Elvis, he made a video, could be 2 years now, called Juggling the Books. I'll link his channel down below. This is about reading multiple books at one time. I have been thinking about focus a lot lately, and it might be because I'm listening to The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt, and it's Haidt. I'll put it in the description down below. And it is so interesting. I feel like it's important for me to pay attention to my focus because I can be scattered and all over the place, and I used not to be that way. So I'm trying to make these changes to really sit and think about things, and my reading, the books that I read, I want to be able to take them in more than just be like, I read this book, and then not be able to tell you anything about it. I do have a pretty good memory. I'm just not the best at expressing what I'm thinking about. So, but one of my goals this year is to get down. I was thinking it would be nice to only be reading 2 things at a time, but the truth is, especially with where I'm working at the moment, I take my Kindle with me for my break, my lunch break. So, and I have my Zola that I'm reading on here, that I'm reading the second book right now with Ariane. So that is a book that, especially when you're reading a book with somebody, that's like my main focus. I want to be the book I'm reading on my Kindle, and then I want to be reading a physical book. The book Nightmares and Dreamscapes. This is a short story collection by Stephen King. I can set this aside because they're short stories, and I usually read the full short story before I set it down. So this is something I can set aside for the moment. The Gulag Archipelago, I've only just started this. This is something that I'm going to be setting aside at the moment. The Americans. I think this is the one I want to be my physical book right now. Another thing about audiobooks. Let's just go into audiobooks. So this is going to be my physical book. This is going to be my ebook, and then I would like to have an audiobook going. Audiobooks are something that, you know, if I'm cleaning, if I'm doing something, or if I'm just, my eyes hurt and I just want to lay there and listen, or if I'm crafting, I like to listen to audiobooks. But audiobooks are very tricky for me. There's certain books I cannot listen to on audio. I cannot listen to Charles Dickens on audio. I have to physically read him. And other classics, I love audiobooks for suspense, mystery, which I don't read those very often, or just a fun, like a Catherine Center book, where you know it's just going to be just something fun and light. That's what I usually like my audiobooks to be, because if it's something I have to really pay attention to, or I love audiobooks for rereading, like if I've already physically read it and I know the story and I know the characters, I love listening to the audiobook. But if you're going to give me a new story and it's going to be something where there's a lot of characters, or it's in a different time that I don't know about, or science fiction where I'm like not really sure what's going on, I cannot do audiobooks for that. But anyway, right now I am listening to The Anxious Generation and taking it in just fine, and being able to focus and paying attention to it. So that is my audiobook at the moment. That is what I want my focus for this week to be. Those 3 books. Memnoch the Devil, I know exactly where I am. Lestat can just sit with the devil for longer because he's telling his story. And oh gosh, but see, I have 2 more books. I have not started the Reverence for Life by Albert Schweitzer, however you say his last name. Haven't started this, so this can be set aside. It's a library book. I need to pay attention. Could always renew it or reorder it. But this is the tricky thing. I think I'm going to take this to work with me and try to read it on my break. Or I might look at this today and just get it read today because I'm off today. I think I might just try to get this read today, but I want to get caught up. I'm a little behind on my Zola and I'm really enjoying it. So here again, I'm like, I only want to be reading 4 things. It's better than what I was reading. In March, besides my Zola and my Kristen Lavransdatter, those 2 I would like to continue on with. The second book of Kristen Lavransdatter is called, I think, The Bride, and I want to be talking to Scott Danielson about that. So that is a focus too. But one of my main focuses is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This is what I want my main read for March to be. I don't want to listen to this on an audiobook. There's something about classics, even though I have read this in the past, this book deserves my eyes because I do honestly take a book in differently when I physically read it. And this is the type of book, like this book, War and Peace, The Count of Monte Cristo, these long classics, I like to just be in them for a long time. And I feel like if I listened to them on audio, they wouldn't get my they wouldn't get my full focus. So I want to physically read this. Anyway, I'm curious. Do you guys struggle with trying to read only a certain number of books? Let me know, like, how you guys read. If this is a thing that you just don't care, you read a ton of books and you're just like, I love reading that way. Or if you read only one book at a time, or if you try to do the ebook, physical book, and audiobook. I'm really curious to what you guys like to do. And also, if you have time, check out Mark's video. You might have to search for it. It's called like Juggling the Books, and I think on his thumbnail he's juggling books. But anyway, yeah, I think it's something that would be an interesting topic to find out how all of you out there enjoy reading. So I hope you're staying warm if you're in a cold climate. I hope you're staying cool if you're in a hot climate. And I hope you're enjoying whatever you're reading. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.